The Blockchain Show is a podcast that demystifies cryptocurrencies and distributed ledger technology.
Hello, and welcome to The Blockchain Show. Another exciting episode for you today. We have Jaryd with us, and Jaryd has created something which I think we've all thought about doing, but he's actually gone and done it. Jaryd, welcome to the show.
Hey, Ian. Hey, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Not a problem at all. A pleasure, totally. So, Jaryd, tell us what you've done.
Yeah, so I formed my own cryptocurrency exchange in 2017 called myCryptoWallet. I founded it by myself, still am the 100% stakeholder by myself as well. We just recently launched a completely free service. So all of our Australian residents, New Zealand residents and UK residents are able to trade with our platform with absolute zero fees. And on top of that, we are just issuing out our FPOS debit card, where it's also free too, where you can spend any of your 5 selected cryptocurrencies at any POS terminal in Australia, and also withdraw cash from any ATM. So,
wow, what's it called again?
myCryptoWallet, but we call the card the myCrypto card.
Fabulous. So, what made you take the route of creating your own exchange?
Yeah, so back in 2017, I was investing heavily myself into several cryptocurrencies, especially Litecoin. And I did make a lot of money through Litecoin. I was trading it when it was like 10 cents. I thought to myself, surely somebody can, make an exchange better, because we only had one top exchange in Australia at that time. And they held on to my money for like 12 days. And they held on to like over $40,000 in that time too. Bitcoin's price like tripled. I just thought it was absurd because I couldn't get onto any customer support. So the first priority I had was making sure that we employed a 24/7 customer support team. Just because, when I had, over $50,000, $40,000 just missing, the first thing I wanted to do was just have a conversation with someone, where is my money? So that was the first thing we set out and did, was employ a 24/7 support team. We built a platform, launched it at the end of 2018, and we signed on pretty much just over 20,000 users within the first 3 months of us launching.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. And what sort of marketing effort did you have to do to create that sort of interest?
Yeah, so this is when Google and Facebook ads weren't a problem. So it was pretty crazy. We were taking on over 1,000 to 2,000 users a day on average, and we were pumping, a good spend into our marketing budget through Facebook and Google. But then, as soon as it got banned, I believe in the end of 2018, mid 2018, it's been absolutely horrid for us, because we've just been trying to find new marketing platforms and strategies to actually acquire a new user base. Like in the US, you can actually market cryptocurrency exchanges, and same with Japan, but it's banned everywhere else. So in Australia, it's regulated by the government here, and we did so pretty much coming into a year ago now. But, struggling to have that marketing, especially, the big marketing partners like Facebook and Google, it's really hard to actually acquire users. So we see most of our users come to the platform just through organic growth now.
Wow, that's Oh, excuse me. And I was just going to ask about regulation, because in America it's kind of complex, but what does the regulation look like in Australia? Yeah,
so any cryptocurrency or digital asset business is allowed to operate as long as that you have registered with the Australian government regulator called AUSTRAC. So pretty much we just have to report any transaction over $10,000. We're working close with the government, in case they need any data at any point. So pretty much just having that point of contact with the government with every single one of our trades is essential to operating a licensed cryptocurrency exchange here in Australia.
It's interesting because I've been having some problems with Google AdWords, etc., with another line of business. And it seems to be a massive minefield at the moment, and nobody really knows how it's actually working or what should be going on. So, yeah, probably best out of that. But it sounds like you've got a really good platform. I love the reasoning why you created it, simply because the current model out there wasn't working for you, and quite rightly so. You believe, I imagine, in treating your users of the platform fairly.
Definitely. And it's quite funny too, because this other platform, which is considered one of Australia's top leading exchanges too, ever since we launched, they have copied every single thing we've been doing. And, we're not VC backed, it's just my own personal savings that has gone into this company, and then we've bootstrapped it since. But, watching this other company that's received over $1 million in VC funding 4 years ago copy everything that we're doing, we're definitely becoming a threat to them. So it's good to see, like, to the point where they actually even copy our Instagram posts. So it's so ludicrous. It's so ludicrous.
Going slightly off topic, have you ever done any Instagram posts to slightly divert them off the course? So that
we actually did. We actually have, to the point where they actually hunted down one of our pets that we had. My girlfriend made a pet page for one of my dogs. And I even started following that too. So I was just getting too far.
That is absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
So what's it like in Australia? We've talked to a lot of people in America. Tell us what people think about cryptocurrency on the street.
Yeah, so the market if you go to Google Trends, where you can type in any keyword, you can actually see the trend level through Google search results. If you type in buy Bitcoin, you find that Australia is pretty much number 1 or number 2 spot. And that's been like that for the last 2 years. And that's worldwide too. So America has always sat around 7th or 8th. So you can see that the demand, especially in Australia and New Zealand, like New Zealand's only got a population of just over 4 million. In Australia, we have a population just over 25 million. We don't have a lot of numbers here, but for some reason, the search results always going off of just how to buy a Bitcoin or purchasing cryptocurrencies being the number 1 search result. So all my friends and family around here, we have a pretty good understanding of blockchain technology and Bitcoin and everything associated to it. I have spoken to a few of my US friends, and I find a lot of them still aren't within that niche. So I do, I'm being very general here, but I do see that Australia has a bit more of a wider adoption just because we do have the government backing us, just with regulation. Maybe if, the US came in with a regulation, it'd be everywhere. So I guess everybody would be reading about it and everybody would be supporting it. So, we do have the support, even from our Prime Minister here, talking about how great blockchain technology is and how he sees it as a threat to banks, which is a good thing, which is great to see, our Prime Minister, which is just like your president, talking about, digital assets and blockchain technology.
Wow. How did you go about doing this? Did you start doing research and then started building it yourself, and it just basically a hobby project? Or was this something which you said, right, I'm going to invest all my money in this and this is going to make it big?
Well, yeah, it just really started off from just a spur of an idea. I flew up to Brisbane with my girlfriend and I was sitting in a pub just thinking to myself, surely someone can do this better. Surely, someone can make a business that has customer support. And, just kept thinking to myself, sitting on this couch, sipping away at my pint, going, how does a cryptocurrency exchange actually work? And so I actually started thinking, okay, if you have to build it from the ground up, how does it all work in the back end? And so I fleshed that idea out. And then probably 2 days later, I incorporated the company, which happened to be in May 2017. And then I started speaking to a few developers around Melbourne. Then we signed the developer on within, 5 days of me incorporating the company. And then he gave me a price and I said, sweet, here's the money. And we built it for the next 6 months and then launched it.
That's phenomenal. And what about testing? Did you just basically use your friends and family to test it?
Yeah. So not having all the money in the world, we actually just relied on our customers to do our testing. So, we were copying, all the support tickets to fix this and fix that. But, I guess in hindsight, we actually made a platform that users wanted to use. We just made a backbone, and then, the users gave us all the information that they'd like to see on a cryptocurrency exchange. And, we took all the advice on and just pretty much spent all of our money just creating something what the consumer wants rather than something that we want.
That makes a lot of sense. I've mentioned it before. There's been a quite successful bank in England, which is just based on servers in the back end and an application on mobile phones, and it's phenomenal. It keeps you updated.
Is that Revolut?
No, Monzo.
Oh, I haven't heard of that one.
Sounds pretty similar. It's great, and they send quite friendly emails talking about how they're developing stuff. It's quite good. I think that's the key here, that the end user needs to be cosseted and cared for, and it needs to be easy for them to do things. And the easier it is for them to do things and get support, then they're just going to stick with that platform.
Yeah, definitely.
So what next? So you're in what countries are you in at the moment?
So we are in Australia, New Zealand, UK, USA, and Canada, with Europe also opening up quite soon. We did have all our international bank accounts. They just recently got closed because we lost our banking partner, sadly. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, because if I go to New Zealand won't actually touch me at all. They actually won't even let me open up a personal bank account, because I'm considered as a high risk, because they believe that I'll be putting all customers' monies through my personal account to buy cryptocurrency, which isn't a problem, which shouldn't be a problem at all. But it's crazy. New Zealand won't even touch me at all. We constantly have problems here in Australia here with our banks being closed. As I said, even our partnership that we had with one of the big four banks here in Australia just got ripped out right from under our noses. And we lost, another with 5 additional fiat currency accounts along with it. It sucks because, we have the government supporting us, but just the banks still are just reigning supreme here, and they shouldn't be.
Right, so they've basically got a monopoly and you're going up against them.
Oh, big time. Like, I'm currently actually suing one of our big four banks in Australia here because they held on to $30,000 of our users' money after freezing our account, forced closed the account on us, so we didn't have any access. And then they left the account open for 6 months and kept receiving deposits from users without our knowledge. Wow. So, it's crazy, and it's crazy here, man.
So what are the banks doing over there? Just getting slightly off topic again, because I remember back in the early days of blockchain, banks said, "Oh no, it never work, and cryptocurrency won't work." And then banks suddenly went, "Oh, that's interesting," and then they've been talking about creating their own private blockchain. And then like Goldman Sachs, I think in the USA, is just created their own cryptocurrency. It's an interesting about turn.
Yeah. So the most craziest thing that I tell people is how one of the big four banks actually went into the top 3 cryptocurrency exchanges in Australia. They had 30 advisors, so we could call them, going to these cryptocurrency exchange companies. I was invited to be one of them, but I actually pulled out the day of the meeting. They had a look through all the exchanges, all their back end, and then all the exchanges tried to open up a bank account with them, and they said no. But they're like, hang on a second, you guys just had 30 people have a look through our business on how we operate. And I said, oh yeah, sorry, we just wanted to see, because in the future that this big bank actually wants to open up their own crypto trading desk. So it's absolutely a joke, because all these poor exchanges were showing them everything, how they monitor transactions, how they handle customers, how they have a whole back end system for cryptocurrency dealings, on the premise that we'd have banking relationship, then just to be told no. It's like, how long can they keep doing this for?
Wow, that's not surprising for banks, but yeah, it's basically taken all of your intellectual knowledge and giving the banks a massive step up.
Oh, 100%. And, that's why I pulled out in the morning. Like, I couldn't sleep. I'm thinking to myself, something just didn't feel right. And then I'm so glad that I did pull out, because my mate that actually operates one of the largest exchanges here in Australia, he just kept complaining the whole day to me about it, saying how bullshit it was for what happened.
Wow. Well, that's not a nice thing to happen at all. And especially when the banks have got so much money, they could actually do it a lot better, a lot quicker, and market it.
That's exactly what we said too. Why did they have to go through, port these, these are only just average Joe, just trying to help people get into the digital asset world, just to be rewarded like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's not good at all. And it's a shame that big business does that. But I suppose one day we're going to end up with adverts on the television for different exchanges, how to turn your standard paper money in the mattress into your cryptocurrency. That time is going to come.
Yeah, well, that's where through our myCrypto card, it's completely free to load via cryptocurrency. But if any user actually wants to load it via AUD fiat, that's when we charge them a 2% fee. And that's the only fee we charge on any of our services, just because we don't want users going back into the fiat world. We want, once you come into cryptocurrency, we want you to stay there. The only reason why cryptocurrency adoption hasn't happened quicker is because people have to keep transferring back out to fiat. Whereas, having the crypto debit card, you should essentially, if you believe, that you want to put every single one of your assets into cryptocurrency, you can do that and still have a way to spend it and pull out money if you do wish to. But yeah, it was just a 2% fee just to load via AUD. But everything else, pulling out from ATMs and spending your cash in general, is free.
So how do you make money? Your platform basically makes money on that 2% fee. Is that the only form of income?
Yes. So the only way, we don't have any incentives of making money at the moment. We're just giving our exchange prices, and we're trying to monetize our crypto debit card in the future. So in the first 3 months, we're giving out our first 3,000 cards away for free. And then on top of that, then we'll start charging on the card, and that's how we'll probably make money. So if we provide a free service, we want to funnel people in by spending money for the card, and that's essentially where we'll make any sort of a profit.
I've got you. And are you doing any incentive schemes or any sort of discounts if they buy things with the card or anything yet?
Yeah, definitely. So there's a $5 monthly activity fee on the card, and that is where we'll make our money from, essentially. But if you spend more than $500 in a month, you'll get that $5 fee waived. So, the more you spend, the more you can get. We did actually think about having a cashback incentive, but we just haven't fleshed it out 100% yet. So,
I've got it. That's good. And so, what does the future hold for you in the next year?
Yeah, so I really hope that I can sell some stake of myCryptoWallet and get some savvy investors on board that are willing to take this platform global. We've pretty much built the on-ramp for it to go global. We just need the advice and the additional money, as you will, to just really launch it into space. We've got a really good domain too. Like the two biggest companies in blockchain technology. You've got myEtherWallet, then you've got myCrypto, and then we're myCryptoWallet. So we're in between. So hopefully that works out well for us in the future.
And what about the platform? If somebody's listening to this and they're like, I want to invest in that platform, is there a possibility for that?
Yeah, definitely. So as I said, it's open to 6 international countries at the moment, including most of the Commonwealth, the US, and Canada. And then on top of this, we're hopefully within 2 weeks adding 130 more coins to the platform. So currently we only have 5, but we hope by adding the 130 will be the most diverse Australian cryptocurrency exchange, along with the no fees. So hopefully, just the thing is, in this industry, you have to stay really, really competitive or you're just going to be swallowed up. And, we are actively always trying to change our platform, add coins. So, we've been trying to add these coins for the last 6 months. So we're ready to finally push it live to our user base, to, having that diverse range of digital assets on the platform, which should help greatly.
Fabulous. So what lessons can you give everybody through this process of starting the exchange? What are your top 3 takeaways?
Top 3 takeaways. The first thing would be, that I would say, would be to listen to your users. That was, the number one thing that we took on. And, it does get stressful at times, but, they are the one that is spending the money on your platform, not you. The second thing I'd say was, make sure that you have a friendly customer support team. We pride ourselves of actually having friendly customer support. We've never had a user not come back to use our platform, which is great for us, with our average resolution of a ticket being just under 2 hours. So, that's our pride and joy by having that quick resolution time for any user coming to our platform. And thirdly, I would say, making sure your platform is simple. I've been on a lot of wallets, a lot of exchanges where you try and start trading, and it's just like, what the hell am I doing? Feels like you're trying to invest in the stock market or something. You just don't understand what essentially you're supposed to do. So, I do believe, helping all spectrums of users from beginner to advanced, of entering into the digital asset world.
Okay. So that's really good advice. And what about the sort of technical side of things, setting this up? What problems did you face?
Yeah, so the problems that we faced was we actually went through 2 major management changes. So we weren't happy with our first team working on it. So we ended up getting a whole new management team to come in and pick up the pieces. And that was difficult, having that change, especially 1 year into launching our business. It's very difficult because you've got to change everything over to new servers, with minimum downtime. Because as soon as you have downtime, oh, mate, it kills you so hard. Like, as soon as I see any other exchange like Coinbase or Kraken, when they go, oh, we're going to be down for an hour of scheduled maintenance, I just think to myself, Jesus, like the stuff that we cop, and we've got not even 1% of their user base, to the stuff that they would cop is just, it's crazy, mate. But yeah, from a technology point of view, make sure that you build the foundation solid from the start. It's like building a house. You build it with sand, it's going to crumble away. You build it with cement, it's going to stay there, for a long time. So definitely, put the money up forward to get a good team.
Absolutely. And I think that's what's happening with a lot of startups at the moment. It's getting the right people involved with the right mindset. And I think too many people are disillusioned with big corporates, and they just want to do some good for their fellow man and make a bit of money, while also making it easier for them to do what they need to do.
Exactly.
So what did you do before this? Well, tell us about Jaryd before you came up with this idea in the pub.
Yeah, so I was actually one of Australia's most youngest qualified carpenters. I qualified at the ripe age of 18, started my apprenticeship pretty much at 14. And then also actually a project manager around large-scale Melbourne projects. And then I was just working away, and then just didn't think it was me. So I decided to step into the entrepreneurial scene, and I launched alongside with myCryptoWallet another 2 startups. One called My New Pet, where you can buy any pet in Australia and get it delivered to your door with professional oversight. Then on top of that, we're also incorporating blockchain technology, so you can actually purchase a pet with cryptocurrency as well. So that's going to be launched in the next month. And then we also have a co-working space in Collingwood, which is like the heart of Melbourne, essentially in the CBD.
Wow. So you could use kitty coin to buy a kitty, basically.
Yeah. Well, essentially you could. How it works is it works on like an escrow. So we hold the money, we deliver the pet, and then once the buyer's happy with the pet, they release the money to the seller. But the biggest complication is whenever you have to pay for escrow, you can't pay with a debit card or a credit card, because that person could just claim fraud and you'd lose the money. Whereas if we actually had a blockchain-based system, you put in Bitcoin or Ripple, XRP, my apologies, straight away, the funds are there to be used and released onto the next party. So, we definitely see blockchain technology helping the pet industry massively as well.
That'd be excellent. And you can all create your own currency, or was that something?
Yeah, we have it too. We've been talking about a few things, whether we create our own currency and then we use that for the deposits into the escrow account, or we just launch our own private blockchain where we can store all the transport data into the cloud itself and give that to our users. we're still trying to flesh it out. And we've got the UK government and the Australian government behind us, trying to think of what we can do. But I just haven't got it down to 110%. I'm not a perfectionist, but I just want to make sure things are right, especially incorporating blockchain technology, because there's just so many aspects of what you can do with it.
I'm sure that's very interesting, and that's keeping the UK government busy, because anything to take their minds off Brexit.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, that's probably good. Yeah, you probably need to get some pet passports as well.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yes, yeah, that'd be interesting. Phenomenal. This sounds like a really interesting venture and something I want to join. I definitely want to look more into this. So where do we go to find more information?
You can go to mynewpet.com.au. That's our Australia's safest pet classifieds that we've called it. For our cryptocurrency website, myCryptoWallet, you can head to myCryptoWallet.com or .com.au and have a look at our website there. Fantastic.
That's great. I'm out of questions. I think you've given us a really good overview of what you're trying to do, why you're trying to do it, and how you're doing it. And I think that your venture certainly has got a lot of legs, and any venture that's fighting against big business and the banks is always good. Ethan, have you got any questions?
Just how do I get the crypto card?
Yeah, well, come to Australia and you can come get it. It's the only way at the moment. We're currently talking to a few partners overseas to launch a card in Japan, the UK and the US. We just haven't got it through just yet, but currently it's only available for Australian residents, sadly.
So even if we go on vacation down there, we wouldn't be able to get the card?
Yes, you can. Yeah, you could. If you came on vacation, definitely. You could just get it shipped to a PO box, and you could use it while you're here and
there
put it in your wallet.
The blockchain show on tour, we will have to add Australia to places to visit.
Yeah, definitely. We'll come to Melbourne. I only live like 10 minutes from the airport. You can guys come kick it with me. We can have a few pints together and think about cryptocurrency exchanges to build together.
I do like the fact that the idea came in a pub. I think that's really good, because no good ideas come when you're having a salad.
That's a good way to put it. Fantastic.
Absolutely. Jaryd, thank you very much for your time. It's been a great pleasure. And thank you.
Legends.
Thank you. And I thank all of our listeners out there. Thank you for downloading this. Don't forget to look up Jaryd's site and find out more about pet transport, credit cards, and other stuff which he's doing. It sounds like it's a good venture and one which deserves to do well. So please go have a look and find out more. And if you've got any questions, he's got a great support team ready to answer your questions.
Definitely. Yeah, legends. Thanks so much for having me on the show, guys. Really appreciate it.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you very much.
Awesome. See you guys. Have a good day.
And you.
Bye-bye.
To learn more, visit theblockchainshow.com.